Oak Norton here, and this is Scripture Notes. And I'm going to show you something that may just change the way you study. In the Scripture Notes library, we've added the Topical Guide. Now the Topical Guide, you're probably familiar, it looks more like this in the back of your scriptures and on the website of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And so you can see the Topical Guide entries, and as you click each one, the verses appear over here on the right, one by one. If you click the link, it takes you to the scriptures and puts it in context, but you lose your place here. You have to go back and forth to read each of those verses in context. This is how the Topical Guide is redesigned in Scripture Notes. You can come in here and find any topic you want by letter, or you can search for it, and those will come up. And then you just scroll down and find the one that you're interested in studying. So let's say I look at Jesus Christ Creator. Up comes the topic with the verses in full. So it's not just a little phrase out of it. You can actually study from here, or at least read the verses. You can also navigate to other topics that are associated with this topic. You'll also see there's this little studied button up here. When you feel like you've studied it, you just check that box, and that will go back out right here and show you that you've studied that topic and sort of check it off your list. So I'll go back in. Here's where the fun really starts. If you click Create Collection Note, it will bring up a new window, and all of these verses from below are now down here. And you now have a collection note on this topic. So I'll just type Jesus Christ Creator, and now I can go down through all these verses again and study them. But I've got some extra features now. If I expand this pane, I can tag it with Creator, Jesus Christ, and I can now do a master note at the top that's a summary of all my thoughts of these verses, but I can also, next to these verses, type any notes that I want specific to that verse. So this master note becomes your area where you can type as much as you want. As it expands, you can drag this bar down, or you could bring it up and say, I just want to view the scriptures right now. You can double click on any words, and it will bring up this toolbar that allows you to highlight and bold and things. And you can also see verses in context. So I can say, showing the previous verse, and it will add in Genesis 1:25, or the next verse, and it would put verse 27 there. I can also remove verses when I'm done with them, or even in the search results, if there was something that I saw that I didn't think was relevant, I could remove it here. Now, what's really cool is we have these links. So when I'm studying a verse, I can say, well, I want to see the Hebrew or the Greek, if it's New Testament, information about this verse. So I just click into the Blue Letter Bible, go to their website, and click Strong's, and now I've got all the Strong's references for that verse. And I can click into the word God here and find Elohim and go down through and see how it's defined. And it will show me all the other verses in the Bible that use that exact same Hebrew word. So that's one resource at your fingertips. Another one here is Bible Hub. That will show you 28 different translations for that verse on their website. So if you come across something that's difficult to understand, you might want to look at another edition of the Bible and see if it helps explain a little bit better. And third, you can click on the LDS Citation Index, which is a project at BYU, and that will bring you in here to Genesis 1. And it's not verse specific because these references aren't, and I've got a tutorial that explains how this works, but now you can access all the various writings of the prophets on that verse. So that is a quick look at how powerful the Topical Guide is to study from inside Scripture Notes. There's really not a better way to approach your Scripture study by topic than by doing it this way. You can even add a new search pane over here, and let's say you wanted to do a search for the word create. And just for kicks, we'll say you found a verse somewhere that wasn't in your collection note that came from the Topical Guide. You could drag that verse over here and add it right in to your list of verses. There's Isaiah 4:5 that I just dragged in. You also get this little marker up here that you've created this collection note from the Topical Guide entry, Jesus Christ Creator. So I hope you'll give this a try. It's really an awesome tool to study with, and it will change the way you study. And that's a quick look at how to study topics in Scripture Notes, which you can find at scripturenotes.com.